All right, we can get to these regular stories and start rolling on through. Yeah, when you got this one, man. This your game. This your game.
Oh man. So Peak is back. As you all know, the game of the year for 2025, Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2, dropped some more information. We already knew 3-player narrative campaign of fucking straight, pure, uncut Bolivian gas. 3-player co-op PvE missions of straight, pure Bolivian gas. And then a 6v6 player multiplayer mode that may be pretty good. I don't know. I don't like games that have added in multiplayer modes for no reason. I'm not saying there's no reason for this, but it's kind of like an addition. Back in the day, we used to appreciate that. Now it's kind of like sometimes people like lean more towards that than anything else because they're trying to make money. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt and say that this is just an addition, like a cool little addition, similar to how Doom 2016 had a multiplayer mode. It was fun, but it's not the main point of the game. It's going to be amazing. You're playing as Captain Titus. If you played Space Marines 1, you know who that is. If you haven't, go play Space Marines 1. That's not an option. The podcast will wait. Okay, we're back. I'm happy that you finished Space Marines 1. But you're going to be playing. At the end of that game, he gets put in a position where it's a little bit not the best for him. That's the best way I can explain to you. But they talk about how the shooting and the melee combat is going to be really cool. In Space Marines 1, they did a pretty solid job. I wonder how they're going to expand on it. I believe there were some parries in that one as well, but dodging is going to be dope. The combos is what's going to be really interesting. I think that's going to be interesting. And also, in the issue I kind of have with the multiplayer mode is how this melee combat is going to work in the PvP mode while feeling fair, but at the same time feeling like you're not just randomly button mashing. But it takes place in the front lines of the Tyrannic War, which you're fighting like I think they're called Tyranids. They're just big ass aliens. I'm not necessarily a huge fan of these Xenos to fight because they're just big ass mindless, like a hive mind of hordes. They have a lot of variety of units, don't get me wrong, but like I love fighting the orcs because it was like, you know, it just you had the orcs, and I think you also fought chaos in the last game. Like there was a little bit of variety. I'm holding out hope that they add more enemy units in some additions or in some updates, like maybe some Eldar that you have to fight in the PvE missions, because I could see them doing a lot with that. But it makes sense in the terms of the story that they would send a captain who is demoted to the front lines of these fucking literal hell beasts. Like these motherfuckers have they're here to eat. Like they do not care. So I think if I'm not mistaken, their mindset is like, we're here to feast. The only time they ever retreat is if you did enough damage to them that healing them would cause them to lose more resources than eating you. Like you would have to like do so much damage for them to be like, even if we killed them, it wouldn't replenish what we lost, so we're gonna have to leave. But yeah, they don't care. So I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. I love how much fucking emphasis they're putting into the co-op of this game. I think that's going to be a really good selling point for it. The class system is going to be really dope. There's like 6 different classes you can choose from. All in all, it's going to be a really solid, fun game. And I hope the multiplayer and the PvE missions are enough to keep this game lively, because I think this has a good potential of being a game that like continues to have a great lifespan.
Yeah. Again, what really interests me is seeing how crunchy and how gritty that 6v6 multiplayer mode is. Again, obviously the campaign and stuff like that is going to be straightforward fun. I know I'm going to be interested in that. I think the most intriguing point is definitely going to be that 6v6 stuff, and of course the co-op. Wondering how that works, what the game modes and stuff is going to be, the gameplay, the speed, the feel. I'm very, very, very curious to see how it pans out, because if it's good, that's a really solid tacked on mode that I think is going to attract a lot of people. And again, I'm not saying it's going to be in that Gears category, but it has that little bit of grit of Gears, that same level of kind of ballpark of gore, you know what I'm saying? Not necessarily the same movement speed or anything like that, but that level of gore and that little gritty shooter that you want to get into and stuff. I feel like it could fit a bill in certain regards, and it could stand out in its own right. I'm very, very curious about this. I've always been curious about Warhammer from all of the non-stop propaganda from When Easy. I've absolutely been more and more interested about this. So shout out to him and Henry Cavill for like trying to tip the spear. Shout out to Jay as well, who sent me like a bunch of like lore videos and stuff to catch up on. But yeah, Space Marine 1.2 is shaping up to look like a very, very substantial game with a lot of content packed into it, and this could be a bang for your buck game that a lot of people might want to cop up on. Honestly, this could hold some attention for a good bit of time.